Dark. 'Cause once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier to see who I am and who I wanna be. No, getting old don't bother me. Truth can be a bitter pill, but it'll do you right and set you free the way a lie never will. Like climbing up the steepest hill. The truth can be a bitter pill.
Welcome back to my kitchen. I am doing an experiment and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So this experiment can either turn into something really wonderful that will be the start of something great, or it can turn out really bad and make me very sick for a few days up to a week or so. As you guys know, most of you that have been part of the channel for a while, I have been completely gluten-free for over a year. I was very sick starting around 2022, 2023. And I won't go into all that because I've done videos on that before, but I'll link a video here if you want to check it out, my diagnosis video and what happened. I have since gotten better, but it has been a journey. I found out 1 year ago that I was positive for an active infection of Lyme disease and 2 other co-infections, Babesia and Bartonella, which ticks can also carry. I contracted this in Virginia. We lived there for 8 years and we had lots of ticks and I was bitten many times and they couldn't seem to figure it out. But the functional holistic doctor ran some tests on me that nobody had ran yet. And it was discovered that I was battling an active Lyme disease infection. And I was also gluten intolerant, but it always stuck out to me that I never had an issue with gluten before. And I'm like, how do you just all of a sudden become gluten intolerant? So it's believed that depending on how bad your Lyme infection is, it can inflame your gut and it can make it to where you can become gluten intolerant and cause leaky gut, where things that are supposed to stay in your gut during digestion can actually leak out into your body, causing an autoimmune response because they shouldn't be there, right? They should be in your stomach and in your digestive tract. So I do believe that my Lyme infection caused this gluten intolerance to begin in my body. And I also believe too, very much so, in that the wheat that we eat today is not the wheat that our ancestors ate. It's very different because of the way that we're farming nowadays. So what I plan to do is bake a loaf of bread that has gluten in it, but it is baked with einkorn flour, which is an ancient grain. And the gluten in einkorn flour is very different than the gluten in regular wheat products that you might get from the store. So I have been told, I have read, and I have watched a ton of videos on people that are gluten intolerant, gluten sensitive, that can actually eat einkorn flour products with no symptoms or reactions at all because of the difference in einkorn flour versus regular wheat flour. So I just wanted to read something to you guys really quick because I am not an expert. And I want to preface this by saying that I don't eat a very high carbohydrate diet as it is. I'm really doing more of like a Mediterranean diet: meat, fish, dairy, eggs, fruits, and a little bit of vegetables. Story time with Tina, okay? So all wheat is a descendant of wild einkorn. And yet einkorn remains as the original diploid wheat with only 2 sets of chromosomes, and the only one never to be hybridized. Hybridization is the crossing of distinctly different species of plants to form a new variety with a new genetic makeup. Agriculture has changed immensely over the 20th century. Synthetic nitrogen fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides were developed for using in farming. During the Green Revolution between the 1940s and the 1960s, breeders created new high-yielding varieties of wheat with hybrid seeds that would carry better traits for large-scale farming. While einkorn grows with a protective layer that covers each grain, modern varieties of wheat grow without the protective husk, making them easier to mill into greater amounts of flour. However, the ancient grain's husks protect the inner seed from mycotoxins, spores of dangerous fungus that develop on the exposed kernels. The evolution of wheat over thousands of years altered the nutrient content of the grain because hybridization changed the size of the kernels. Modern wheat is 3 times the size of the original einkorn grains. Large seeds have a different ratio of bran, germ, and endosperm. Einkorn contains roughly 30% more protein than modern wheat and more protein than any other grain, while having 15% less starch, translating to fewer carbohydrates. So for those wondering what gluten is, because this word gluten intolerant, gluten sensitivity is going around all over the place, and most people don't really have a clue what that is. Gluten is a gluey network of proteins that is formed when water and flour are mixed together. When scientists measure the amount of gluten in flour, they must first mix the dough with a liquid because dry flour in of itself does not contain gluten. Instead, it contains groups of protein called glutenins and gliadins, which bond together to form gluten when mixed with a liquid. Gliadins are classified into, we're going to not touch on glutenins right now. We're going to go into gliadins because this is what makes einkorn different. Gliadins are classified into 4 groups of protein, and when researchers analyzed the gliadin composition in einkorn, they found that entire groups of Y gliadins that are present in all other types of wheat are absent in this ancient grain. So perhaps this is the magic and the supposed flaw of einkorn. When neither of the 2 gluten-forming proteins behaves as it does in conventional wheat, the gluten in einkorn can be tolerated by many people with sensitivity to wheat. If you have symptoms of gluten sensitivity and a diagnosis of celiac disease has been ruled out, einkorn may be the only type of wheat that you can feel good about eating. So einkorn doesn't have less gluten than regular wheat flour. It's just got a weaker gluten because of those two those missing groups of the Y gliadins in it. So this is an amazing book, guys. I have had this for years because I have cooked with einkorn before, not as a regular staple in our house. I've just cooked with all kinds. I have my own grain mill, as you guys saw this morning, and I grind my own flour at home. It's more nutrient dense that way and less processed. So I've decided that it's been over a year that I've been gluten-free. I have healed so much. I have cleaned up my diet for over a year. I've been working out, strength training 3 days a week for a year. And I just feel like almost 100% better than I did last year. And I feel like my gut has had time to detox and time to heal. And I'm anxious to see if I can handle this ancient grain. And if I can, then I will start baking my bread products here at home with einkorn flour. You can also make a sourdough starter with einkorn flour, and you can make einkorn sourdough breads, which if I can handle this, that is what I plan to do. So this is just a super fast, super simple sandwich loaf that I'm making today. And this is what it looks like. Super easy recipe. Minimal, like Ma Ingalls old school ingredients. Water, yeast, a little bit of sugar, which I use organic, oil, your all-purpose or whole grain einkorn flour, and a little bit of salt. So the basic ingredients for a loaf of bread, the way that it was done back in the olden days, the way it should be. So I'm anxious to see how this turns out, and I'm anxious to see how my body does. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. And if I could be a little TMI with you, because that's what I do with you guys, I'm very TMI. It's not even like the diarrhea and the bloating that scares me, it's the stomach pain. That was my biggest complaint that none of the doctors could figure out, was the stomach pain. And it's because I was having these gluten intolerant issues that I did not know. So every time I was eating pasta, breads, anything that had gluten, wheat in it, I was making myself sick. I was having an allergic reaction. So I'm nervous, but it's been over a year, and the fact is, guys, I'll never know if I can tolerate any kind of gluten again unless I try. So we'll see how this goes.
We're doing 11.
Mm-hmm. So you're pushing. Yeah, okay. It's going in that hole. Go. Go. Yeah.
That good?
See?
Three fourths.
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. Put in that one first.
Oh.
Stupid light bulb. Ow.
Go. Ow.
Have you ever had an idea and then you start it and you're like a quarter of the way through it and you just want to quit and you change your mind, you don't want to do it anymore? That's pretty much what just happened. You guys know what this is for? You guys, if you've been around for a little while, you know we have a sauna room in our basement that we've been working on, kind of renovating, putting down carpet, painting it, getting ready to put in a 4-person sauna that we purchased from Costco. And I had this idea of doing an ivy wall on the back wall of the sauna room with pretty white lights, just to give it that warm, comfy, spa-like feel. So I've had these ivy strands sitting in the basement literally for months, and Joe finally got to cutting me a piece of wood that is the length or the width of the wall that we're putting it on, and we've got all the ivies on there now. And now I'm going to put my white lights on. I got some little white lights to hang on there. We took our members with us on a members only video, I think this last week, and we completed the build of the sauna. And you guys, I'm so excited. We used it. We used the sauna just once so far. Joe and I and the boys got in there for about 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes or so, and I think it got up to about 140. It can get hotter, but that was all I could handle at the time. So we are new to dry saunas. We have this pop-up steam sauna that I shared with you guys before that we bought from Amazon. And this is what I used in the interim while I was doing my detox from Lyme disease and mold toxicity that I've been sharing with you guys with some of my health struggles. So this steam sauna was great, but dry saunas tend to be better because they get to a higher temperature, and sweating is one of your body's natural ways of ridding itself of toxins. So the sauna is going to be an amazing addition to the homestead for our family. And I'm just excited to see the space come together. It was actually pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, just following along with the manual to put up this sauna. We had it shipped up to Alaska through Costco. It took them a month to get it to us, and it's been sitting in the garage in the box for about 2 months. As you guys know, we've been busy with remote cabin trips and gardens and just all the things, right? So we finally got to it, got it up, and it is absolutely amazing. It is a cedar wood sauna, and I would highly recommend it. We just love it. It can be used as a steam sauna or a dry sauna. However, because ours is in our basement, we're just going to be using it as a dry sauna. So it's amazing. You guys know we got rid of that green outdoor carpet we chose. You guys are hilarious in the comment section. You were like, Tina, I was mortified when you put down the green carpet. Why didn't y'all tell me? That's all I want to know. Y'all was in the comments talking about, Tina, it looks good, looks good. And then you're saying it was horrible now that we changed our minds. You guys got to be honest with us. You know what I'm saying? Be nice though. You know, be nice. We got enough meanie heads in the comment section. But we did change it. We changed the carpet to a beautiful neutral colored carpet and got rid of the fake grass. All right, guys, here's the sauna, the completed sauna build. Comes with these straps that go down the sides of the sauna. And Joe did all of the electrical work to hook it up. Here's the heating source. You've got the hot rocks. And then it also came with a temperature gauge. So yeah, pretty amazing. This was an investment for our family, and I just think it was an investment worth making. Something that we will use for years. Joe and I plan to sauna 3 to 5 times a week. And it's just great for you guys. It's great when you're sick and not feeling good. And the reality is we live in a very toxic world with all of the environmental toxins, all the things they're putting in our foods nowadays. And so having a sauna is one way that you can detox and rid your body of all the nasty chemicals and poisons that our bodies were never meant to have in them to begin with. I think this carpet looks much better than that outdoor green carpet. It really ties in with the cream colored walls and the black ceiling. And like I said, we still have to put up some molding just to kind of finish it off. And Joe does want to frame this window down here in the basement. This wasn't framed when we bought it, so we will be doing that as well. This basement just gives us so much extra space for things that normally wouldn't fit inside the cabin. And this, like I said, is cedar wood. It can go outside. There's a lot of people that put these saunas outside on their deck or whatever. It can absolutely be put outside, but we just wanted to protect it from the weather and the elements, so we decided to put it indoor instead of outdoor. Oh, it looks like we're in a jungle, Joe.
Jungle Joe?
Joe of the jungle.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So the reason that I chose to put the ivy strands on that piece of wood, that board, is not only did it make it easier to hang them and put them up, but also fake plants and real plants, they gather dust, right? And so I want to be able to every so often take them out, rinse them off with the hose, let them air dry and get all the dust off of them. And it's just a lot easier. Joe can just unscrew those 3 screws from the board and we can take the whole board off all at once, spray them off, let them dry, and then hang the board back up. So that's really why I did it that way, because I just figured it would make it easier for cleaning later. I just think it brings like this, I don't know, a cozy touch to it. All right, guys, we're gonna cut into this fine loaf of einkorn wheat flour. It smells good. I just want to do a skinny piece because I'm scared. In fact, I'll probably just do half a piece and let Parker have the other half, or Kellen. Okay, not bad. Not a bad texture at all. Look at that. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of butter on here. Just keeping it simple. It's literally my first bite of gluten in over a year. Here goes nothing.
Give me a piece.
It tastes so amazing. It tastes like real bread. Look, y'all. I've made a lot of gluten-free products the last year. You guys know, because I share all my recipes with you. Nothing tastes like real bread.
Good.
You like it? Mm-hmm. All right, well, I swallowed my first bite, so there's no going back now. I'm so hopeful. I am so hopeful that my body can deal with this kind of wheat flour.
It's so worth it, though.
Oh yeah. Kellen said, "Mom, are you really gonna sacrifice your body?" I'm like, well, I'll never know. So we'll see. I will link the einkorn book for you guys in the description. Super easy. Very, very minimal ingredients, and it made a really nice loaf of bread.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven and the warning of hell. But take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go way up on the hillside where the new flowers grow. Well, they met in the springtime, the sun sinking low. Two star-crossed lovers in the still melting snow. Well, the loving was easy and the courting was brief. Well, they called her a beauty, they called him a thief. In the quiet of the evening, they'd steal away where the laughter would flow and the fiddle would play. Well, the folks called it wrong, but hell, it seemed alright. In the sun-painted picture, and the day turned to night. Come up on the hillside, we'll have a time. You'll bring the kisses, honey, I'll bring the wine. Keep your heart guarded, or too soon it'll fall. When one walks back home, honey, only one knows it all. Well, she walked up the hillside alone one day, and the heart is a hunter, always knows of its prey. And her father's old pistol hanging loose by her side. When she aimed once, she never shot twice. Well, the air was so still, and the sky was so blue. Before she could see them, the laughter she knew. She heard two shots ring out down in the town. There was three on the hillside, but only one headed down. I was just a baby, walked up the hillside, saw two mounds of clay. I'll always remember, and I'll never go back up the hillside where the new flowers grow. Back up the hillside where the new flowers grow.
Look at Tilly in her summer coat. Look at that. She's so shiny and beautiful. Goodness. Goodness sakes, Tilly. You're sure a pretty doe. Yes, you are. I know, girl. Parker's coming. Well, it's a start. We have a long way to go before this whole entire woodshed is filled with firewood, and we're completing the construction of the woodshed as we go. But winter is literally right around the corner, guys. Like, this summer is going by so fast. We have, what, about a month and a half left or so before we start school back. I cannot believe that. It's kind of bittersweet. It's exciting to start a new school year, and then at the same time I'm like but I'm excited to see this. We had fun with the boys yesterday. They have a blast working the log splitter, and they are so helpful and strong, and it just makes everything so much faster. Super grateful for them. But we're shifting gears today from the woodshed. We are going to be processing our ram, Peter, for the freezer. So as we've explained in many videos in the past, typically we experience our rams get aggressive as they mature. Around 18 months to 2 years old or so, they start getting aggressive and ramming. It's kind of like in their nature. Every once in a while you might get yourself a good ram, a docile, gentle ram that knows how to mind his manners, but we have not experienced that yet since we've been raising sheep here in Alaska. And so a lot of the people that we know that raise sheep, they're like, you know what, Tina, it just happens, and once every couple years we put him in the freezer and we start fresh with a new one. So Peter, unfortunately, is just getting more aggressive, and it's dangerous. And so anytime an animal on the homestead becomes a problem, or they don't mind their manners, or they're a danger to the family, they go in the freezer. That's just the way it goes. You guys might have been wondering yesterday, that footage you saw of Joe and Parker in the garage with the refrigerator, making some modifications to an extra refrigerator that we just bought off a marketplace for $50. We're turning that into a meat hanging refrigerator. We like to hang the meat for a few days up to a week, and so I'm excited. They did this little DIY meat hanging fridge in the garage, which I think is going to really come in handy. And sometimes it's really nice because we've got to harvest, but we don't necessarily have time to cut up the meat and process it and package everything right away. So it's nice that we've got that where we can hang the meat. So it's a big day. Whether we're processing 1 or processing 5, it's a lot of work. But I'm excited because we love the fresh meat. That's why we raise sheep on our homestead. And it is time to wean all the babies from their mamas, the ewes and the does. They're about 3 months old now. Once our ram has been put into the refrigerator, we're going to be moving all the baby boys over to his pen, to our ram's pen, since he'll no longer be in there. It's time to wean them, and it's time to separate the boys from their moms, because they're at the age that they could actually mate them and potentially get them pregnant, and we don't want that. And then after we get our ram hung in the refrigerator and all that's done, we're going to start working on the framing of this barn. I shared some footage this morning from about a week ago. Joe and I got the cement footers done. Of course, it rained the day that we were doing them. Such is life. But those have been setting for about a week now, so they're good and dry, and we're going to start the framing of the barn. And I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know I feel great. After eating that einkorn flour sandwich bread yesterday, I had 0 symptoms. I have no bloating. I had no gut issues from it. I had no weird, funky symptoms. So far, so good. So we'll see. I'm going to have another piece today and just kind of take it really slow, one step at a time. But oh my goodness, you guys, I think I can actually eat this einkorn flour, this ancient grain, and make some wonderful baked items for our family, and actually incorporate a little bit of gluten back into my diet. And I'll be okay with it. I think that's the hope anyway. So far, so good. All right, well, that is a task that we are very excited is done. And it is now time to move all the babies into Peter's old pen. We just kind of got it cleaned up, put some fresh hay in there, fresh water, fresh mineral bucket, all the things. And I'm really excited about this day, guys, because now that we are going to wean these babies off the mamas, we can start milking our does. Push them in there, Callan, all the way.
You can turn it on.
They're exploring their new pen. So this will be their home until the fall when the temperatures get colder. Usually around November, end of October, November is when we harvest all of our meat. You're all right. Your mama's right across the yard, buddy, okay? Yeah, she's not too far away. She's not too far away. You are one healthy ram, though. Look at ya. Come here. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, that's Mama. You hear Mama talking to you? You're all right, buddy. Brothers from another mother.
Chance asleep now. Almost.
He's about to fall asleep. All right, I think Joe and I got our second wind. I made us some coffee. Did you not get your second wind?
No, I didn't.
Oh, never mind. Maybe I got my second wind. Are you still on your first one?
No, I haven't got my first one.
Baby, you butchered that sheep like a pro.
Yeah, right.
You did. Hey, you are always your own worst critic, Joe, and every year they turn out wonderful. Mm-hmm. And the meat's delicious. It doesn't have to be perfect and pretty, even though it is. You did a great job. Are you ready to do this?
No.
I am, and it's so sunny. We're actually burning up.
Too hot.
Parker just came in and was like, I think I'm gonna pass out. It's so hot out here. He's not gonna make it when we go to Arizona, Joe. I'm not either.
Me either.
We are literally gonna be melting. Must hydrate. Well, shall we go? I bet I made you coffee.
Oh, okay. You can't work and drink coffee.
I can work and drink coffee. It could be 105 and I'd still be drinking coffee. That's how you know, like, you're a real coffee drinker.
I mean, how do you lift a beam?
Oh, well, we'll set it down
The beam?
on the four-wheeler or something, and then it's there for you to drink when you want to. See? It gives you a little sip of joy in between the beams, Joe. All right, so a lot of you had some questions in the comment section of our last video about the placement of the barn. Some of you guys had mentioned when we first moved into this property, which was in the winter time, when spring came and all the snow started to melt, we had a bit of an issue with where our temporary pasture was for the livestock. And once the snow started to melt, that corner pen just became a muddy, mucky mess. The only part of this yard that was a low point that had snow melt that caused mud and muck was this very far corner back here. The barn, as you can see, is being built in the center, and the center is actually high ground for this yard. So I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that, and if we do, we can always bring in filler dirt to level that out if need be. Those are your favorite hammers, aren't they?
This is my favorite one. I have this little guy.
Well, you know those aren't for building.
They are now.
You're just doing it to make everybody mad in the comment section? Oh my goodness. It never fails, you guys. I mean, like y'all know, 98% of our comments are amazing. You guys are so supportive and we love you guys. But then you get the little 2% or so, you know, that it's like that commercial that's like, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And they're just like suddenly experts on everything. And it's like, you know what, guys? I'll tell you one thing. We're not experts on anything. Even Joe, he'll tell you that. Like, you guys think he is because all the things he builds, most of the things he builds, he's building it for the first time. And he wings it and he figures it out as he goes. And a lot of times he messes things up and he's got to redo it. And that's just the way it goes. But if you know, you know the inside joke to the ball peen hammer. The only video that we had go viral was our hoop house build in Virginia. And it was an 18-minute long video of us building a garden hoop house in our backyard. And if I would have known back then that it was gonna get almost 5 million views, which is what it's currently sitting at, I would have done my makeup a little bit better. Anyway, I'm just saying. But it's funny. Joe built that hoop house with a ball peen hammer, and the comments about the hammer that he used was insane. So I'm gonna make a t-shirt for Joe and I'm gonna sell it. You know, it's gonna be merch. I'm gonna sell Joe's ball peen hammer t-shirt because people had such a problem with him using a ball peen, and Joe's like, it's metal on a stick. It's just so funny what people get worked up about. So whenever Joe can, he brings out the ball peen just to be spiteful. Joey, it's looking like a barn. I'm so excited.
Yeah, move your hand upside down. For right here or over here?
Right here.
Where am I going? Right here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is just wild to think that that is the center of the barn. Like, this barn is gonna be massive.
I need to go get that thing.
Got it?
Yep.
You got it? Mm-hmm. Good, Parker J?
Right there.
Yes. What?
My stretching out on my path. The moments are quicker than last. Time goes, I'm tired. Finding it
I'm not tall
harder
enough.
to see. Kindness you told us to be. Time, hope, I trust. No, you'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Kingdom of God, true and kind. Boldness of our sacrifice, your heart show. Love, standing by each other's side, and turning away from pride. We know we're letting go. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You make a way. Oh, you make a way. Every night and day, I'm watching our way. Hey, 'cause I believe you make a way. 'Cause I believe you make a way. 'Cause I believe you make a way.
Pull up, let's go. Let's do it.
You did not see this?
See what?
That's nothing.
Calvin, come on, let's go.
There's dirt. There's like dirt.
God made dirt and dirt don't hurt.
Oh yeah, baby. Ooh.
What? What, babe? Can you do one without the bucket?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Here, let
You
me.
just told me to do it.
No.
Let me get a
hold
start.
on. Without the bucket. Without the bucket.
Yeah.
What you got, Joe? Oh my gosh. Babe, can I smell your armpit?
Oh my gosh.
Babe, can I just smell it one time?
I have red deodorant on.
Let me see. Let me see.
I have deodorant on. You don't like it?
Oh, the pheromones, Joey. Oh,
Family channel.